What's up, SEO legends? Let's talk about Wayfair.com. These guys are pulling in 40 million in monthly organic traffic. We're gonna break down exactly what they're doing, how they're doing it. Let's get into the video. If we take a quick look at this overview on Ahrefs, we're seeing that Wayfair is getting 40 million in monthly organic traffic. That's a lot. And if we take a quick look at the breakdown of where this traffic is coming from, 96% is coming from the US because we're looking at the US version of their website. So now we want to take a look at their top subfolders. We want to take a look at the sections of their website that are bringing the most traffic. And so right away, what we see is this big subfolder bringing in around 27% of the traffic. And the subfolder looks like this. So we have wayfair.com/keyword.php. There's a lot of really interesting things going on in this subfolder. And that's actually the last thing I'm talking about in this video. I'm saving the best for last. But if we keep scrolling down, we also see that they have a second subfolder that's bringing 26% of the traffic that's targeting that furniture area of their website. And then we have an outdoor subfolder that's bringing in 6% of the traffic. We're gonna start off with this outdoor subfolder because there's a lot of really interesting things happening here. So we're gonna open this up and take a look at the top pages. If we take a look at some of the keywords that these guys are ranking for, so patio furniture, huge keyword, ranking quite well. Outdoor chair cushions as well, bringing a lot of traffic. Outdoor dining as well, a huge keyword, ranked second, bringing in a lot of traffic. So these guys are doing really well, and this subfolder is really powerful. One thing you guys are gonna notice is that most of the pages that I'm opening up and analyzing are gonna be category and subcategory pages. That's because that's where most of the traffic comes in for e-commerce website. And that's a pretty big misconception that people have, that actually traffic is gonna come to the product pages. But unless your product is very well known, most likely people are looking for the type or the category of your product. So that's where we need to invest most of our SEO energy, into category and subcategory pages. But guys, I want to open up these top two pages and I want you guys to notice how different these pages are. So this first one that we're going to take a look at is targeting the keyword outdoor chair cushions. And so if we open up this page, we're going to see that it's a really well-designed page. So we do have this sidebar drop-down menu filter type thing where we can filter the products a little more. But what we're going to see is that it's basically a huge collection of outdoor patio cushions, right? So that's great. But then if we open up this second page that's targeting the keyword patio furniture, we're gonna have a completely different type of landing page. So we're seeing a lot of different elements on this page and we actually don't see too many products, right? So why exactly is that? So when we take a look at the outdoor chair cushions page, we know exactly what people are looking for that specific keyword, right? They're looking for those outdoor chair cushions. One of the things that we're not sure about is that user intent. So are they ready to buy? Are they comparing? That's what that subcategory page is built for, right? We want that user to find as many products as possible and to be able to compare and buy if that's what they want. But with a keyword like patio furniture, we actually have no idea what that user wants. It's a really vague keyword. We don't know the type of furniture, the materials, what price range they're looking at. So instead, what we do is when we have these very vague general keywords that have a lot of traffic, as you see right here, we actually want to build category pages where that main focus is to help that user find what they're looking for. And as a result, we connect all the different parts of that category with internal links. So let's take a look at how these guys are doing that. So we see that this whole section, they're basically all internal links to different subcategories. And again, this is helping that user find exactly what they want, but we're also making sure to have a really clear architecture and structure to all of our categories and subcategories, right? So again, let's take a quick look at some of the elements on this page. We do have this section that's completely navigational. So again, we're helping those users find what they want. Then we have this popular pick section for that user that's maybe just looking for something quick to buy, something that's popular, something that's trendy. And then we have a bunch of other internal links that also helps link to other main category pages. And then we have a pretty big chunk of content, which, as you guys might have guessed, has been made purely for SEO purposes. I doubt anybody's reading this type of content. Then we have some related searches, and then we have the footer. So guys, it's really important to note that we can't just build one specific landing page for all the keywords we're targeting. There's gonna be different intents, different types of keywords, and we wanna be able to accommodate, and we wanna help our users find exactly what they're looking for. Now I wanna show you guys how Wayfair Wayfair is using fake filters to target a lot more keywords than their competitors. So if you go back into Ahrefs, I've opened up the second most popular subfolder. So that was the furniture subfolder, and I want to open up a subcategory page. So this one specifically is targeting sectional couches. They're ranked first, pulling in quite a lot of traffic right here. And if we open up this page, I want to show you guys exactly what I mean. So if we click into any of these filters here on the left, if I click on this one, for example, U-shaped, we're gonna see that this page is gonna completely change. So now there's a completely different A1. So now it says U-shaped sectionals instead of the previous H1. And if we actually take a look at this metadata, so if I quickly just type in site through the URL, we're gonna see that this is a totally different page. So not only are they leveraging the sidebar to add a bunch of internal links, but they're not wasting possible keywords with filters that aren't very indexable for Google. Now, let me show you guys how this is different on a website like IKEA. So if I quickly get rid of this filter, I'm on the outdoor sofas page, right? So now if I wanna add a filter here and I select fabric, for example, it's gonna behave like a normal filter on most e-commerce websites. And what happens here is nothing really changes on the page except the actual filter that's selected here. So the actual content that's being presented changes, but it's the same page as before, that outdoor sofas page. And if we compare this again to Wayfair, we're gonna see that if I get rid of that filter, we're going back to a completely different subcategory page, right? So if I decide that I want another filter, maybe $1,000 to $2,000 is my price range, this is again gonna change into a different page, and that's a completely different page. So they're leveraging the use of that sidebar really well, loading it up with internal links and creating a lot more pages, which is targeting a lot more keywords. Really, really interesting. But guys, let's target the final and the biggest subfolder of Wayfair in the US. So again, this specific subfolder is bringing in 27%. And if we open this up and take a look at the top pages, I actually have it opened up right here, we're gonna see that this subfolder is actually doing quite well. So it's ranked number 1 for TV recliner, number 2 for cheap couches, ottoman, coffee table, so on and so forth. TV benches, some pretty big keywords, guys, and they're doing really well. And if we actually click into any of these, we're gonna notice something really strange. So we're gonna see that this page is actually the result of someone typing in this specific keyword into the internal search box of Wayfair's website, right? So we see it right here in the URL. And what's happening is Wayfair is deciding to index some of these internal searches. This is something that's discussed quite heavily in the e-commerce SEO space. Most people decide against indexing any internal searches, but Wayfair has clearly seen that there's a huge benefit to indexing at least some of the most popular and most relevant internal searches. So again, we can check this out again, something like ottoman as a coffee table. So they're filtering the results on this page based on what that user has typed in the search bar, but they're letting Google index this page because they know there's traffic for this specific keyword. And these pages are doing phenomenally well. That's something that we should think about for our e-commerce page. Do we have a search bar? What are people searching? Can we use those searches to create pages and to think about different keywords? If you guys liked this type of video, I really recommend you guys check out my breakdown of IKEA's e-commerce SEO strategy. Pretty phenomenal SEO strategy. Otherwise, guys, I'll catch you guys in the next one.